George from the class of 2025, Tiffany Bristol, and Executive Director R.J. Lummis. Welcome.
Welcome.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
The class of 2025.
Thank you.
And I understand you are the first graduating senior of Chesterton Academy of St. George.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And not only that, I heard you're also from the very first class that ever attended the school.
Yeah. I've been there the whole time.
How many years is that?
3 years.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And this is, I know you're very proud of Tiffany, RJ, and here's the ceremony. You were the entire class of 2025.
Yep.
All the attention was on Tiffany, yes. It was nice.
So starting with one as first graduating class, so you just hope to grow from here on out, RJ, and I know that all summer long you'll be talking to families that show an interest in the school and showing them around the campus.
Definitely. We continue to give tours all year round, so I work all year round. I take a little break some of the holidays, but I like being there. It's a nice campus, and I have a tour tomorrow, actually. So
good. All right, the ceremony, it looks like you had the faculty and staff and you and family and friends. And did you speak?
I did not. I had, my headmaster asked me if I wanted to, and I politely declined.
Okay.
But they still had someone speak. My best friend came up and spoke a rather beautiful speech, and it was very much appreciated.
What's going to happen now after you graduate? What are your future plans?
My goal is to attend St. Mary's All-Girls College in Indiana.
St. Mary's at Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Awesome. And what do you want to study?
I'm hoping to get my degree in biology.
And you're going to be
a marine biologist.
A biologist.
That's my goal, at least.
Awesome. And you're top of the class at St. George?
Yeah. I mean, in my class, yeah.
Yes. Well, that looks good on an application, doesn't it?
I know.
Yeah. So your experience, you've been there the whole history of Chesterton Academy. What was it like?
It was really nice. It was like a second family. Everyone was like very close to one another. The teachers were very, very nice. They really genuinely cared for everybody.
Is this the student body?
Yep.
Yeah.
Staff, students, yes.
So you have, I think, an advantage in the size of the school, but it probably also is a disadvantage. Most students have an experience of coming from a bigger school, bigger classrooms. How do you address that, RJ, the size issue?
Yeah, it is a challenge, and fortunately I've been involved with several schools where I've had to kind of help turn things around, programs around. Clearly at Chesterton, our priority is the formation of the student morally and in wisdom and in our faith. And when you have small numbers, you just have to tell families, explain to families, like, this is our priority. These things we feel are most important in life, and they're going to help them for eternal happiness and at the next level, especially college and everywhere in life. But all we can do is take the numbers we have, and I'm getting ready to get a survey out to students just to see what interests they have, and we're going to try to partner up with some of our other schools. I don't know if people know this, but the Chesterton schools are like rapidly growing in Michigan, so we technically could form a little league of our own pretty soon. I hope we'll have 6 schools by the start of next fall. So, but we want to start some basic sports. I think I mentioned to you last time I was a former athletic director at UD Jesuit, so I know what competitive athletics look like. But I also know that they can sometimes take over at a school and be more of an emphasis than you'd like. But for us, we'd like to get a cross-country team going, a track team, maybe co-op with another school in the area if we could. I know there's an interest in baseball. We have a gymnasium, so I'd like to get I'm a 35-year basketball coach, so I'd love to get that going. But we've got to make sure that the students coming in have that kind of interest. So we're going to kind of cater our future plans with that. But I have it, it's on the horizon. It's really something that's important to me, so.
Well, that's good. The school already has the basketball coach and the athletic director. So,
Yes.
yeah, and with cross country, you can start with one kid.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah. What's a day like, a day in the life at Chesterton Academy of St. George?
Well, every morning we start off with a morning prayer and a poem to really help like with our spiritual life. And then we'll go off to our class, and then we start every class off with another prayer before we start. And it's very relaxed and easygoing, but also it's a struggle at the same time because the teachers ask such intellectual questions to really get us thinking about what we're trying to be taught. And it's just an amazing experience in my opinion. Most teachers don't ask questions that try to like get you to really think. Some actually end up like just telling you what you need to do instead of asking you different questions varying on how hard the question, like what they're teaching, right? But it was just really nice.
So RJ, the school's named after G.K. Chesterton. So would you say it's basically a liberal arts school?
Yes, definitely. I mean, we include, a lot of schools have like art and drama as separate, extracurricular specials. We don't. We consider that part of our curriculum, an important part, because we want our students to be able to, think well, speak well, write well. And so they need to have those tangible arts help them. And so we put on an excellent drama presentation at Christmas time this year. The kids did a great job. We want them to be able to get up and speak and have their thoughts well thought out. And so that's why we love the Socratic method and really digging deep into the virtuous works of Western Civ that we have these students read. And it's exciting. The kids love it. It's a great experience. So.
You've been spending your first year here in Jackson educating the community about Chesterton Academy and also gathering support. I think you've had a couple of fundraising events this year.
Definitely. Yes. Well, we have an end of the year campaign every year that ends at the end of the year. So it's around November, starts in November and all through December. But our big one is our gala. And this year, for the first time ever, we met our goal of $200,000. We surpassed that. And it was a jam-packed event. People had a great time. We had the man who started the Chesterton Schools Network as our keynote speaker. I think that helped. That was Dale Alquist. And he was a great speaker and did an excellent job. And in her defense, she gave a great speech at that event, too. So even though she declined to speak at her own graduation, it was really well done by her classmates. Said some very nice things about her growth and development over the last 3 years. So, but Tiffany is very capable of speaking. So
nice. Well, graduation, it's a very stressful day. You got a lot of other things on your mind. And you did your speech at the gala.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you came to Chesterton, how did that happen? Did you pick the school because it was brand new, it didn't even exist in Jackson? Were your parents, how did it all happen?
Well, I did my first year of high school online through a public school.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't really think a public school would be smart because, it's not great and moral. There are some good people in there, right? And then we kind of heard about Chesterton. We're like, we'll check it out. And then we did attend, and it was really a good choice, I think, in my opinion.
Do you have siblings?
I do.
Younger?
I have younger and older siblings.
Anyone else in your family going?
2 of my other siblings went. 2 of my younger brothers went. And I think they enjoyed it. I mean, they always have great stories and great memories about it.
And that's typical. You do have multiple family members in the classes.
Definitely. We're hopeful. We've got some young families coming up that are very interested in what we're doing. Most of them are homeschool families. They're really not considering other options anyway, and those are kind of some of the people that we're after, the bulk of the people that we're after, you know. That
What grades do you now offer, RJ?
it's 9 through 12. We are offering an enrichment program for 7th and 8th graders. We've partnered up with, for some reason I can't remember the name of it, with another organization that is a homeschool organization. They only meet once a week, but we've hired someone to come in and give some enrichment for like 2.5 days a week. So we'll have some 7th and 8th graders in the building, but they're not part directly of the Chesterton Academy. We really don't want students at our high school for, 6 years. We want them to have that experience just for the 4, so they're not like, I don't know, getting tired of it or something like that. We want them to, thrive on their own as 7th and 8th graders. So that'll be in our building in a separate part. So,
What are you're on East Porter Street, the former Felician Sisters convent. What are your plans for the summer?
mine, well, I stay on all summer, so we have some facilities upgrades to take care of. It was a blessing to inherit this building. It was gifted to us, as you know, but it needs some updates. It's a 1968 building, and so we have some boiler issues that are being worked on right now. There's some painting that needs to be done. Externally, we like to keep up on the looks of the place, so I want to work on that. But I've got some development work to do, partnerships, building with people that have an interest in what we're doing. And we're more than just a school, people should know. I know we have the rummage shop there that serves our immediate community. We do a lot of sales there and serve a lot of Jackson people. And then there's Birthline for young moms. And we have plans to expand that and actually look at some hospice in one of our remaining wings that we have there. So we inherited 10 acres, so it's a big piece of property. I think you mentioned that you were out there last summer just riding through there. So we'd love to get you back and see the inside.
All right.
When you get time. So.
Well, good luck with the summer plans and getting the school ready for another year. And enrollment open, if people are interested.
Absolutely.
They can give you a call or
come for a tour, right?
Tiffany, what are you going to do this summer?
I am gonna get a job, and I'm, working horses, and I'm gonna show.
All right, time's a ticking. You better get that job. I mean, summer will be over before you know it.
I know.
All right, well, we wish you the best. Enjoy the summer. Actually, you should take some time to relax because it sounds like biology in college is going to be a tough road.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Bart.
From Chesterton Academy of St. George, Executive Director R.J. Lomas, and the first ever senior to graduate from the Academy, Tiffany Brissell.